Every family has a secret, but some secrets cut so deep that they destroy trust and love. Nnenna, a young innocent girl, carried such a secret that turned her mother against her and the whole village into her enemies. If this is the first time you are coming across this channel, please subscribe, turn on your notification, and don't forget to like this story. Sit back, relax, grab your popcorn and stay with me as I tell you the story of how one mistake led to shame, rejection, and finally, an unexpected love. Let's dive into the story. Life in the village of Umuokwe was simple. Families lived close, neighbors knew one another, and anyone's business was everybody's business. In that small village lived two women who were best friends, Mama Ebuka and Mama Nnenna. They went to the same church, sat together during service, and even went to the market hand in hand. If you saw one, you were sure the other was not far behind. People used to say, these two women are like twin sisters. Nothing can separate them. Mama Nnenna had just one child, her beautiful daughter Nnenna. She was 15 years old, light in complexion, with big curious eyes and a soft voice. Her father had died when she was very young, so it was just her and her mother. Because she was the only child, her mother poured all her pride into her. Nnenna, my jewel, Mama Nnenna would boast in church. She is a true Christian. She sings in the choir. She studies hard. She will become a great woman. And it was true. Nnenna was always in church activities. Many mothers pointed their children to her as a good example. But there was another young person in the village who was the pride of everyone, Ebuka. Ebuka was 20 years old, tall and dark-skinned, with a smile that melted hearts. He had just finished secondary school and had won a scholarship to study abroad. The whole community rejoiced at his brilliance. Old men in the square said, this boy is the light of Umuokwe. He will bring glory to our land. Ebuka and Nnenna has been close friends since childhood because of their mother, and they grew closer as they aged. Whenever Nnenna had a difficult maths problem, he would take her book to his house. Brother Ebuka, she would say shyly, I don't understand this equation. Please, can you teach me? And Ebuka, with patience, would explain line by line. Sometimes he would even laugh at how she wrinkled her nose when confused. One hot afternoon, the story changed. Nnenna had gone to his room for another lesson. As they bent over her notebook, their faces came closer. His breath was warm on her cheek. She felt her heart beating faster. One thing led to another and they crossed a line they never planned to cross. That night, Nnenna cried silently in her bed. She was only 15. She had never imagined such a thing would happen. But she comforted herself that at least it was with Ebuka, the pride of the village. A month later, she missed her period. Fear gripped her. She hid it at first, but when the signs became clear, she went to Ebuka in tears. Brother Ebuka, I think I'm pregnant, she whispered, trembling. Ebuka froze. His face changed. What? Pregnant? How, Nnenna? Do you know what this means? My future will be destroyed. My scholarship will be taken away. My family will hate me. Please, I beg you, don't tell anyone it's me. But what about me? Nnenna cried, tears running down her cheeks. I will be expelled from school. My mother will kill me with shame. What about my own future? Ebuka held her hands, his eyes pleading. Nnenna, please, just this one thing. Keep my name out of it. I swear, when I succeed abroad, I will make it up to you. Please protect me. Her heart was torn apart. She loved and respected him. She also feared disgrace. In the end, she agreed to keep quiet. A week later, Ebuka traveled abroad. The whole village gathered at the motor park to wave him goodbye. He smiled, shook hands, and promised to return as a great man. Everyone clapped and shouted, our son is going to make us proud. But Nnenna stood at the back of the crowd, her stomach already beginning to swell. Her heart was heavy. She knew she would face her battles alone. Not long after, her secrets were discovered. Teachers in her school noticed her condition. She was expelled. Word spread like wildfire in the village. The Christian girl, Nnenna, is pregnant. The only daughter of Mama Nnenna has brought shame to her family. Her mother's pride turned to anger. Instead of comforting her, Mama Nnenna became her greatest tormentor. Who did this to you? She shouted, tears of rage in her eyes. Tell me the name. Which useless boy destroyed your life like this? But Nnenna kept quiet. She remembered her promise to Ebuka. Even though she was dying inside, she refused to mention his name. From that day, her house became a prison. Her mother stopped giving her food. When visitors came, she pushed her into the inner room to hide her shame. The villagers mocked her openly. Children pointed fingers at her and sang, pregnant virgin, pregnant virgin. Her heart was broken. She wished death would take her away, but it was only the beginning of her sorrow. The pain of rejection is heavy, but the deepest pain comes when it is your own mother who rejects you. Nnenna thought her mother would protect her. She thought that no matter what, her mother would be her shield, but she was wrong. The moment her pregnancy was discovered, her mother's love turned into bitterness. Every day, Mama Nnenna's voice thundered through the house. "You useless child, you have destroyed me. You have brought disgrace on my head. Tell me the name of the boy who did this to you." But Nnenna kept quiet. She remembered Ebuka's words before he left, his begging eyes, his trembling voice. She had promised to protect him, and she could not break her promise. Her silence only made her mother more cruel. When she cooked, she kept the food for herself and refused to give Nnenna even a morsel. When neighbors visited, she spoke loudly so that they would hear. "This girl is no longer my daughter. She is a curse. The day she got pregnant, I lost her." The villager did not make it easier. They mocked her in the market. Some women even spat on the ground when she passed. "See her, the so-called Christian girl," they said. "She carries Bible in one hand and shame in her womb." Little by little, Nnenna lost her smile. Her eyes became hollow. Her shoulders bent under the weight of rejection. One evening, when her pregnancy was about 6 months, Mama Nnenna chased her from the house. "You cannot stay here anymore," she shouted. "Go and live with the man who puts you in this condition. Don't die in my house." But where could Nnenna go? She had no father. She had no relatives close by. She wandered the streets until she found an uncompleted building at the edge of the village. The walls were bare blocks. The floor was cold sand, and the roof was half open. But to her, it was better than her mother's insult. She laid her wrapper on the ground and coiled up in the corner. At night, she listened to the owls hooting and the wind howling through the open roof. Tears ran down her cheeks until she slept. But one night, something terrible happened. A group of young men known in the village as troublemakers stormed into the uncompleted building. They laughed loudly, smelling of palm wine and cigarettes. When they saw Nnenna, their eyes lit up. "Ah, who do we have here?" "The holy pregnant girl," one of them mocked. "Tonight we shall enjoy ourselves," another sneered, stepping closer. Nnenna's heart pounded. She tried to crawl back, but her heavy stomach made it difficult. She screamed for help, but her voice was swallowed by the night. Just then, their leader, Afamefuna, raised his hand. "Stop," he commanded. The boys froze. Everyone in the village knew Afamefuna. He was feared. He led them in gambling, stealing, and mischief. Parents always warn their children, "Don't follow Afamefuna if you want a good future." But that night, something stirred in his heart when he saw Nnenna's condition. Her face was pale, her body weak, her eyes full of fear. He felt pity. "Leave her alone," Afamefuna told these boys. "She is not one of our games. She is suffering already. Let her be." Grumbling, they obeyed and walked away. Afamefuna stood and looked at her for a while. "Why are you here?" he asked softly. With tears in her eyes, Nnenna told him everything. How her mother had rejected her, how she had nowhere to go, and how she was just waiting for death. Afamefuna sighed. Something broke inside him. He had seen many broken things in his life, but this one touched him deeply. He stretched out his hand. "Come, you cannot stay here. Follow me to my house." At first, Nnenna hesitated. Afamefuna was not known for good deeds, but she was desperate, and his eyes looked sincere. Slowly, she stood up and followed him. Afamefuna's house was small, just a small 2-room apartment where he lived with his widowed mother. When they entered, his mother, Mama Afamefuna, frowned. "Who is this, and why have you brought a strange pregnant girl into my house?" she asked sharply. Afamefuna explained quickly. "Mama, she is Nnenna, Mama Nnenna's daughter. Her mother chased her away. She is 8 months gone. She has nowhere else to go." But Mama Afamefuna shook her head. No, I don't want trouble. I know Mama Nnenna. She will come here and insult me. Send this girl away before she brings her curse into this house." Nnenna's eyes filled with tears again. She turned to leave, but Afamefuna held her hand firmly. "No, Mama, look at her. Does she look like a curse to you? She is a child carried another child. If you throw her out, she may die. Please, let her stay, at least for a few days." Mama Afamefuna looked into her son's eyes and saw something she had not seen before. Compassion. She sighed heavily and finally agreed. "All right," she said, "but remember, I warned you. If her mother comes here with insults, you will answer for it." From that day, Nnenna found a little comfort in the hands of Afamefuna. It was not perfect, but it was better than the cold, uncompleted building. For the first time in months, she ate full meal without fear. Still, her heart longed for her mother's love. But unknown to her journey of pain and hope was only beginning. In Umuokwe village, the name Afamefuna was spoken with fear. Parents warned their children never to walk with him. Women hissed when he passed. Men shook their heads. He was the leader of the village bad boys, always gambling, stealing goods, and fighting after drinking too much palm wine. But inside him, there was a heart that no one saw, a heart that still felt pain, a heart that still knew mercy. When Nnenna entered his small house that night, she was afraid. She sat quietly in a corner, her eyes swollen from crying. Afamefuna's mother, Mama Afamefuna, served them hot yam porridge but kept staring at her. Finally, she asked, "So, young girl, you mean your own mother rejected you? You mean she refused to care for you when you needed her most?" Nnenna's lips trembled as she nodded. Tears rolled down again. Mama Afamefuna sighed deeply. Women of this world. Some carry Bible and rosary every day but have hearts as cold as stone. That night, Mama Afamefuna spread an old mat for her to sleep. It was not soft, but it was warmer than the cold ground of the uncompleted building. For the first time in many weeks, Nnenna slept without fear of being mocked or attacked. The next morning, Mama Afamefuna decided to visit Mama Nnenna. She tied her wrapper firmly, wore her head tie, and walked straight to her friend's compound. When Mama Nnenna saw her, she frowned. "What brings you here so early?" Mama Afamefuna cleared her throat. "I came because of your daughter. She is in my house now. Please forgive her. She is still a child. Don't let her suffer." But Mama Nnenna's face hardened like stone. "Which daughter? I don't have any daughter. The day she got pregnant, she died to me. If she is in your house, keep her. I don't want her. I don't even want to set eyes on her again." Mama Afamefuna shook her head sadly. "So this is you, Mama Nnenna. You carry Bible to church every Sunday, but your heart is darker than night. Remember, one day you will answer to God." Without waiting for a reply, she walked out. When she returned home, she told Afamefuna everything. His jaw tightened in anger. "So she really says she doesn't want her own daughter. Then let us never beg her again. We will take care of Nnenna ourselves." From that day, Afamefuna and his mother shared their little food with Nnenna. They gave her water to bathe. They spoke kind words to her. Slowly, Nnenna began to smile again, though her heart still longed for her mother's love. Afamefuna, the feared village boy, began to change without knowing it. Each time he saw Nnenna struggling to carry water with her swollen belly, he rushed to help. "Sit down," he would say. "Let me do it." Sometimes he would tease her to make her laugh. See how you're walking like an old woman with that big stomach. Don't worry, soon the baby will come and you will dance again." Nnenna would laugh shyly, shaking her head. For the first time, she felt seen. For the first time, she felt that someone cared about her, not because of duty, but because of love. One evening, as the sun set and the birds returned to their nests, Afamefuna brought her roasted corn. She ate quietly, then whispered, "Why are you so kind to me? The whole village hates me. Even my mother has rejected me. Why don't you also push me away?" Afamefuna looked at her seriously. "Because I know what rejection feels like. I know what it means when people call you useless. That's how they call me every day. But I want you to know that even if the one turns it back on you, I will not." Her eyes filled with tears, but this time, they were tears of gratitude. She realized that sometimes the person everyone calls bad may be the only one with a good heart. Weeks passed. Nnenna's pregnancy grew heavier. She began to think of her mother again. No matter the pain, she still missed home. She told Mama Afamefuna, "I want to go back to my mother. Even if she doesn't love me again, she is still my mother." It broke Mama Afamefuna's heart, but she understood. "Go, my child," she said gently. "But remember, our door will always be open to you." So Nnenna returned to her mother's compound, but nothing changed. Mama Nnenna still gave her cold eyes. She still refused to share food with her. Sometimes, she even caught her under her bread. But quietly, Afamefuna continued to visit. At night, he sneaked into her compound with small gifts, roasted yam, garri, palm oil. He never let her go hungry. Nnenna began to realize something. This boy, whom the village feared, had become her guardian angel. Without him, she would have died of hunger and shame. The moon was high in the sky when it began. Nnenna felt a sharp pain in her stomach. She held her waist and groaned. At first, she thought it was just ordinary stomach ache, but the pain came again, stronger this time. Sweat broke out on her forehead. Her time had come. She called out weakly, "Mama, Mama, please help me. I think the baby is coming." Mama Nnenna sat on her bed in the other room, fanning herself. She heard her daughter's cry, but she did not move. "Keep quiet," she muttered. You brought this shame to yourself. Don't disturb me. Wait till morning. The night dragged on. Nnenna tossed and turned, crying, biting her lips to hold back the screams. Her body was on fire. Her tears soaked her wrapper. She begged again, "Mama, please, I'm dying. Help me." But her mother only turned to face to the wall and closed her eyes. By morning, Nnenna was weak. She could no longer cry loudly. She just groaned softly, her voice fading. Her mother dressed up in her best wrapper, picked up her Bible and left for church. She did not even look at her daughter. By noon, Nnenna was almost unconscious. The pains came in waves, but she had no strength left to push. Just then, Afamefuna entered the compound quietly, carrying a small basket of food. He wanted to check on her as usual. "Nnenna," he called softly. No answer. He rushed into her room and froze when he saw her lying on the floor, drenched in sweat, her eyes half closed. "My God, what is happening?" he shouted, running to her side. She whispered weakly, "Afamefuna, the baby. I cannot. I'm dying." Afamefuna's heart pounded. He did not wait another second. He lifted her into her arms, ran out of the compound, his legs moving faster than ever before. He did not even care that the villagers stared. "Where are you carrying her to?" some asked. "To the hospital," he shouted, not stopping. At the village hospital, the doctor examined her and shook his head. "This girl cannot deliver by herself. She is too weak. We must operate immediately." Afamefuna's hands sank. "Then do it quickly, doctor." The doctor looked at him calmly. "We need a deposit of 100,000 naira before we can start." 100 words? Afamefuna gasped. He had never seen such money in his life. He begged, "Doctor, please, this girl will die. Please help her first. I will pay later." But the doctor shook his head. Rules are rules. No money, no operation. Afamefuna ran out, his mind racing. He sold his small television to a neighbor. He borrowed a little from some friends, but after running up and down, all he could gather was 35,000 naira. Tears of frustration filled his eyes. It was not enough. Finally, with no other option, Afamefuna ran to Mama Nnenna's house. She was sitting on the veranda, counting money from her market sales. He fell to his knees before her. "Mama, please, your daughter is dying in the hospital. They need 100,000 naira for operation. I have tried, but I cannot raise it. Please help her." Mama Nnenna looked at her with cold eyes. She refused to pay me the father of her child. "Let the father bring the money. I have washed my hands off her." Afamefuna's heart broke. He saw the bundles of money in her hands. Yet she refused. "Please, Mama, I beg you in the name of God." But she turned her face away. At that moment, something snapped in Afamefuna. He thought of Nnenna's pale face. He thought of her whispering, "I am dying." He thought of the unborn child. Before his mind could stop him, his hand shot out. He grabbed the money from Mama Nnenna's lap and ran. "You thief! Thief!" she screamed, chasing after him, but he did not look back. Afamefuna reached the hospital panting and dropped the money before the doctor. "Take it, please, save her life." The doctor nodded and rushed the nurses into action. Nnenna was wheeled into the theater. Afamefuna sat outside, his hands shaking, his heart beating like a drum. Minutes felt like hours. He prayed silently, even though he had never been a praying man. "God, please, don't let her die. Take me instead. Just save her." At last, the doctor came out smiling. "She is alive. The baby is alive too. He's a boy." Afamefuna jumped up, tears streaming down his face. He did not care that people were watching. He rushed inside and saw Nnenna, weak but smiling, holding a tiny baby wrapped in cloths. Her eyes met his. "Afamefuna, you saved us." He shook his head, wiping his tears. "No, Nnenna, God saved you. I only tried." From that day, Afamefuna became more than just her helper. He became her protector, her provider, her family. He brought Nnenna and her baby to his house. His mother helped nurse the child. The boy grew strong and slowly. Afamefuna stopped his bad habits. He no longer went outside with the gang. He worked small jobs, carried loads in the market, and used the little money to feed Nnenna and the baby. Love had changed him, and without knowing it, Nnenna's heart also began to change. She started seeing him not as a village bad boy, but as the man who gave up everything to save her. 3 years passed. Nnenna's son was now running around the compound, his laughter filling the air. He had Afamefuna's strong arms around him every day, carrying him high into the sky and spinning him until he squealed with joy. Mama Afamefuna cared for the boy as if he was her own grandchild. Life was not perfect, but it was peaceful. For the first time in years, Nnenna's heart knew rest. Then, one afternoon, a shiny car drove into the village. The whole community gathered, for it was rare to see such a vehicle in Umuokwe. Out stepped a tall, handsome young man in a fine suit. Ebuka, the villager shouted with excitement. He has returned. The boy who brought us pride is back. Ebuka smiled, shaking hands, giving out sweets to children. But inside his heart, he carried a heavy secret, the secret of Nnenna. Ebuka went straight to Mama Nnenna's house. She was sitting outside as usual, fanning herself. When she saw him, her face lit up. Ebuka, my son, welcome back. You have made us proud. Ebuka greeted her warmly, then asked quietly, Mama, where is Nnenna? At once, her face darkened. She hissed, don't mention that name to me. That girl destroyed my life. She got pregnant, brought shame to me, and refused to even say who the father was. She is no longer my daughter. Ebuka's heart squeezed. For a moment, he could not speak. Then he said softly, Mama, tomorrow I will come here again, but I will not come alone. There is something I must say, something the whole village must hear. The next day, Ebuka drove to Mama Nnenna's house, but before going, he stopped at Afamefna's house because Nnenna's mother told him that that's where he could find her. He invited Afamefna, Mama Afamefna, Nnenna, and the little boy. They were all surprised but agreed to follow him. When they arrived, villagers had already gathered. Word had spread that Ebuka wanted to make an important announcement. People whispered among themselves, curious. Ebuka stood in the center of the compound, his eyes heavy with guilt. He looked at Nnenna, then at her mother, then at the villagers. With a trembling voice, he spoke. 3 years ago, before I traveled abroad, I made a mistake. I sinned against God, against this community, and most of all, against Nnenna. The crowd grew silent. You could hear a pin drop. I am the father of Nnenna's child. Gasps filled the air. Women placed their hands on their heads. Men shook their heads. Mama Nnenna's jaw dropped. Ebuka continued, his eyes filled with tears. She begged me to acknowledge it, but I refused. I was afraid of losing my scholarship. I was selfish. I left her to suffer while I enjoyed a better life abroad. But now I have returned to make it right. Nnenna, please forgive me. I want to take you and our son with me overseas. Let me give you the life you deserve. At that moment, Mama Nnenna broke down. She fell to her knees wailing, my daughter, forgive me. I treated you like an enemy. I starved you, I cursed you, but all along, you were carrying the child of a man I once called my friend's son. Forgive me, Nnenna. Please forgive me. Tears streamed down Nnenna's face. She bent down and lifted her mother up. Mama, I forgive you. I never hated you. I only wanted your love. Then Ebuka turned to her again, kneeling. Nnenna, please, come with me. I will give you and our son a new life abroad. Nnenna looked at him for a long time. She remembered the nights she cried alone. She remembered the hunger, the insults, the rejection. She remembered how Ebuka begged her to keep his name secret, leaving her to bear the shame alone. Then her eyes turned to Afamefna. She remembered how he stopped his friends from harming her, how he gave her shelter when she was chased away, how he stole money just to save her life and that of her baby, how he became a father to her son, even though he was not the one who planted the seed. Her voice shook as she spoke. Ebuka, you are the father of my child, but you are not the father of my life. When I was dying, you were not there. When I was rejected, you were not there. When I needed food, you were not there. It was Afamefna who stood by me. My heart belongs to him now. If you truly want to make me happy, then carry Afamefna with you. Take him too. The crowd gasped again. Everyone turned to Afamefna, the once feared bad boy. His eyes widened in shock, then filled with tears. Ebuka looked at Nnenna, then at Afamefna. Slowly he nodded. If that is what will make you happy, then so be it. Afamefna, prepare yourself. You two will come with us. We will all go together. That day, joy filled the village. The same people who once mocked Nnenna now celebrated her. The same Afamefna they once called a criminal became a hero. Mama Nnenna wept tears of regret, but also tears of joy, for her daughter was restored. Mama Afamefna danced, praising God that her son had finally found honor. And Nnenna, holding her son in her arms, knew that her story had changed. The rejected stone had indeed become the pillar of the house. If you love this story, don't go yet. Please share the morals you learned in the comment section. Thank you for watching.